Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into Soul Embers. I hope you're all well. I'd like to thank you for the love, support, the beautiful energy you bring to the channel. I really do appreciate you. And I appreciate the time you take out of your day to be with me. Very grateful, so thank you. Keep those comments going and flowing, guys, you know. I love reading them. They help me connect with your energy, and let's face it, they are what inspires me to keep at it, right? So today's readings are for those of you that have your heart set on a Scorpio. It is a general reading, and you know, I'm only focusing on a very small piece of their makeup. There are a lot of other things to consider, like, you know, their upbringing or their experiences, some may, and their traumas as well. So just keep that in mind. But in saying all of that, this reading is intended to reach you in just the way you need to hear it, and the message will be perfect for whomever it's intended for, okay? So if your person has Scorpio in their sun, moon, or Venus signs, you know, and you want to know how they're feeling about this situation or what their current vibe is like, then this could be the reading for you. So if you wanted to dig a little bit deeper or explore this a little bit deeper, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but you know you can find heaps of information online about, you know, astrology, compatibility, personality traits, because I'm just focusing on the reading today. So let's jump into it. Oh, and guys, let's not forget, you know, there was a really powerful super full moon on the 13th. And, you know, the key word for this super full moon, I would say, is breakthroughs. So if you're feeling a lot of resistance, just remember, the greater the resistance, the bigger the opportunity for a breakthrough. Okay, let's have a look and see. Tell me about this Scorpio. What do you need to know about this Scorpio? Anger. You know what's interesting about this? As I was shuffling the cards and I was meditating on this, on Scorpio's energy, I was feeling increasingly frustrated, and I was feeling my throat was closing up. There is a lot of personal resentment that I'm getting here. It's saying here you are holding on to anger that no longer serves you. And I feel that the Scorpio that you're connecting with is not very consistent, okay? That doesn't necessarily mean that they're moody. I mean, they could be, but the most powerful energy I'm getting from this inconsistency is with themselves. You know, one moment they're doing this, the next moment they want to do that. There is a lack of follow through. There is a lack of personal direction. I feel that they're spending a very hefty amount of time, okay, why don't I just say a big amount of time or a large amount of time, just thinking about just being hard on themselves and just, you know, banging their head up against the wall about so many negative things that, you know, are preventing them from pursuing whatever it wants. In fact, as I'm speaking right now, I'm finding it really hard to find the right words and to describe what I'm actually challenging. I'm tripping over my words, and that is definitely not my energy. I can feel it's not. There is a lot of, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety building up in the pit of my stomach, frustration and anger, because I can't just seem to get the words that are impactful, that are clear, that perfectly describe what it is that I'm feeling. And this is what your Scorpio is currently experiencing. We've got somebody here who will use all the obstacles that they can find. They will search for obstacles and use them as excuses as to why they can't do certain things. They lack a lot of self-esteem. They lack a lot of, you know, direction. They're feeling really lost about what brings them happiness. They don't understand what's going to bring them happiness. And it's a catch-22 for the Scorpio, because they're not willing to go outside of their comfort zone and explore or invest time, consistently invest time in uncovering these things. They would rather lapse back into, I guess, that same behavior that they're so familiar with, yet they hate. And it's a cycle. So what you could be experiencing with this Scorpio at this time, with your Scorpio, is that you've got somebody that is projecting a lot about those, they're nitpicking with you. For example, they may be very particular about certain things. They may be showing a lot of inflexibility with their time. They may be showing a lot of, putting a lot of blocks up as far as, what they're willing to explore with you and what they're not willing to explore. They would rather not try, because they don't trust that they know how to work through anything that they're unfamiliar with. So they want to exercise as much control as possible. So we've got someone that's really trying to control the situation, coming across as slightly selfish as well. But really what's happening here is we've got a lot of inner turmoil. I want you to imagine that this anger is sitting in this red hot ball in the pit of their stomach, and all of that is directed at them, with occasional explosions towards you and all the things that you're doing wrong that aren't acceptable, that don't seem right. Sure, you may be doing things that are not acceptable, let's say, or seen as not being acceptable by social convention, right? Sure, you might be doing things that are irritating, right? You're not perfect, okay, but in the reality, there is no communication, there is no conversation. It's just you did this or you do this, or when you do this, it makes me feel this, and this way. End of story. And even if they do go into conversation with you about it, I don't feel that they're really hearing what you have to say. So they're projecting a lot of their own anger, their own lack of self-esteem. And they're also unwilling to commit to anything because of that fear of not knowing how they're going to control the situation if it goes in a direction that they are going to feel uncomfortable. That's one aspect of them. I feel that they go between this energy and then they flip over to another one. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm on one card and I'm channeling so many messages and I'm almost at 9 minutes. This is insane. All right, I'll wrap it up and pull out some more cards. Okay, so that's one element. The other element that I'm getting for this person is that they may make decisions very spontaneously out of nowhere that they haven't thought through. And these are big decisions and they're extreme. Okay, and it's almost like they go from, that control to effort. Control, effort. It almost feels like, those people that go on the crash diets and they calorie control for so long, and then one day they just can't do it anymore and they just go on a binge. That's what this feels like. All right, let's break this down. Sorry, that was really loud. Let's break this down and have a look and see where this is going. Okay, so in this reading, guys, I'm not focusing so much about how you're feeling about it. I'm just focusing on their intention, what you need to know about the Scorpio that you've got your heart set on, or at the very least that you want to know something about. Yeah, so you know what? Rejection. And this is about their own rejection. This is about the constant rejection that they it's almost like masochism, they're so familiar with pain. It's their only source of feeling. Oh my God, that sounds so terrible, but that's the energy that I'm getting. And so they constantly reject themselves because they don't feel that they're worthy of receiving. They shut themselves out because they voluntarily do that, because they can't see that they are worthy of receiving the kind of love, the kind of support that you may be offering them. And there is a lot of inner struggle here. There's both an internal battle that's then reflected in their physical reality, you know, in their practical plane, with the people that they're surrounded with and with you. So you may be finding at this time, this is current energy, by the way, guys. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is what they're like all the time, but this is something your Scorpio is going through and feeling right now. And you may be finding it really difficult to navigate this with them. You might be finding it really difficult to support or help them. The message that I'm getting here is, you know what? They need to work through this on their own, and you need to work on your own standards. It doesn't need to be done in an aggressive way. It can still be delivered in a loving way. But they've got a little bit of work here to do. I would imagine those of you that are tuning in for this reading are feeling quite frustrated by this, you know, your Scorpio right now. And you know what else? I mean, let's just face it, you've decided you're definitely going to stand up for what you believe in. You're not going to turn into someone that you're not. Someone that you are is compassionate, is, you know, you are compassionate, you're sympathetic, you connect with people on a heart level. You like to be connected from the heart, and you're very, very nurturing, very loving, very in touch with your emotions. And I feel that at the moment you're getting, you know, you're getting a lot of pushback, definitely a lot of pushback. So the message I'm getting for you, how to deal with this right now, stand up for what you believe in, choose your arguments. Is it worth arguing? Are you going to get anywhere at this time? Is this something that they're going through that actually has nothing to do with you, but you are the receiving end or brunt of their anger? You know, stand by your boundaries, let them know what's not okay. Do it lovingly, compassionately, embracing that beautiful energy that you have. And it's got nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. It has everything to do with maintaining your own vibration and not falling into the trap of theirs and engaging in lower vibrational and toxic reactions that are going to take you off track. Okay? That's what I've got for you now, guys. I hope you found that helpful. Comment below. I want to know, you know, does this sound like the Scorpio that you're dealing with right now? How are you working through it? Also, what are some of the characteristics of the Scorpio you're connecting with as well? Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you for your next lot of readings. Bye.